Great. One of my favorite quotes of all times is from the Fight Club, and it says, "You don't own possessions, possessions own you." And I've realized that at a young age, and I've always struggled with possessions. Not struggled like most people. I mean, I have very few things, but the things I do have, there's a great sense of attachment to, because I try to get rid of anything I don't use. So now I'm in a conundrum of practicing the 80-20 principle, and it's a beautiful thing. And the principle goes like this: 20% of your possessions bring 80% reward or joy in your life. The rest of the 80% of possessions only bring 20% reward. So the key is to continuously get your life to focus on the 20%, the top 20% things that you use all the time, that bring you joy, that make you productive, that pertain to your hobby that you do regularly, or to pertain to your work, pertain to passion, and all the other 80 stuff to get rid of. Now, there's so many benefits with simplicity and practicing the 80-20 principle. One, you feel a sense of lightness and freedom, and I really believe the external world, I know in my life, when my room's a mess, when I have a lot of clutter, my mind and my internal spirit feels the same way. So it's almost like you can artificially create a more harmonious internal world by cleaning the external world. So that's my goal, and I'm going to take you through that journey as I've got these. Probably I got it down to maybe the top 25% of possessions that I want to keep, and so now it's just struggling with it. And what happens is the mind goes into analysis paralysis. You start thinking, "Oh, I haven't used this in over a year, but I might use it coming up next year or next month or whatever," and then we end up not using it. Furthermore, I think something that is another motivation to purge and get rid of possessions is not only the personal benefit that you receive, but the ability to help other people that might be able to use the stuff that you have, and just kind of cleansing house and spreading that wealth elsewhere. And there's, I have shirts, a bunch of shirts, and 80% of them I only wear 20% of the time. So again, it's using that 80-20 principle and simplifying, simplifying, simplifying. And a great inspiration and a great philosopher regarding this is Thoreau. If you ever read his book on Walden, it just talks about the burdens that man puts upon himself with all his possessions, all the houses and the cars. Well, they didn't have cars back then, but today the cars and all the bills, and there's just such a heavy weight that we need to carry around that it ends up suffocating our spirit. So my focus in my walk in life, I want to expend my life energy, which is limited, into spiritual growth, into wisdom, seeking wisdom and growing in that sense, into writing, sharing these thoughts with other people and corresponding with other people of like mind. So the first step in my challenge is challenging myself is to see how few things I can live with and survive. And hopefully I'll be able to lay everything that I have out, or at least somehow video all my possessions after I'm done with the purge, and maybe even showing you some of the things that I'm getting rid of. And the things that I'm getting rid of, it's like a strong impulse has come over me, the things I'm struggling to get rid of, that I need to release the attachment. And I watched The Peaceful Warrior, a movie, a book based on Dan Millman. While I really didn't think the movie was well done, there was parts of it that really rang true for me. And the part of it is action. And what I think it's human nature to do is to think, procrastinate, talk about other people. Like if you want to be a writer, you want to be an actor, you know, you take classes, you do this, you read books, you get the right computer, you get the right software, and I totally suffer from this. And it's like you want to get everything just right, just in place. And what really is, that is an excuse for rationalizing your fears. It's an excuse for delaying your dreams. And it puts a face of, oh, I'm going to be more efficient, or I'm going to do a better job if I do it this way. And one thing in the movie that says, just do, do, action, just do it, as Nike says. So I'm going to try that. And hopefully today's late Saturday, it's already Sunday, 12:50, but I'm going to try to show you, take you through the journey of me purging my final possessions. And I'll probably generally not think about it so much and just use a rule, the 80-20 principle. Do I use this 20% of the time? Do I use this 80% of the time? Does this give me 20% reward? Does it give me 80% value? And weighing all that stuff. And I think the big thing that I will use is, have I used or needed this in the past 6 months to a year? If I haven't, the likelihood of me being able to survive without it is great. And it's time for it to go. And what I've done is, I previously done this, and I put stuff aside to bring down a goodwill. And I go, you know, I'll get all inspired, put it aside, and go, okay, I got rid of this, got rid of that, and then suddenly find my mind going, oh, whoa, whoa, kind of like that fear-based reaction. I might need this later. So, and worst comes to worst, the item, if it's needed that badly, could always be bought again. But I can't emphasize the importance in personal freedom, in simplicity. And it's something that can become almost like a religious-like experience, because when you free your spirit from all those possessions, all those burdens, all the responsibility, it's exciting, it's liberating, and it enables you to pursue what is truly important in life. Friendship, art, hobbies, spending time in nature, going on hikes, reading books, meditating, talking with other people, just connecting. And I think it really puts us back to focus of what our purpose here on life is. Our purpose here is not to be consumers, which we've been bombarded from a very young age to be a consumer. Our purpose here is to give, to connect with other people, to love others, and to help others, and to do what we're passionate about, what makes us happy. So that's the transition. I just quit my job 3 weeks ago, so I am slowly trying to get out of that mindset, consumer, worker bee mindset, and get in the mindset of following the inclinations of my heart.